So if you're following along with the channel, the last video you guys would have seen is when we were working on Matt's Soarer and we were doing his trans swap. This video was supposed to be us pretty much buttoning up the trans swap, installing a head unit on his car, fixing his broken door panels, and a bunch of other stuff, but Matt's hella slow at ordering stuff. So we're gonna do a little detour because we still want to do weekly uploads. So today we have everything to work on my own car, which is a little weird because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not used to working on my own car anymore.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. But what we're gonna be working on today is a full battery relocation. And for that, I have this custom tray I got off this guy on Facebook. This is made to work on S14 and S15s. I have 2 trays. You guys could kind of connect the dots on that. I want to. Why? There's a little bit of foreshadowing. But the way this tray works is it's gonna go here on the floor and the battery will be mounted sideways, and then you can run your trunk carpet and have a fully tucked battery. That's solid, huh? Yeah. So we're gonna do a tucked battery, which I believe is the best way you could relocate a battery on an S chassis. For that, we have a bunch of battery cables, connectors, breakers, hydraulic crimper, wire cutters, and then also what I want to be doing is I want to detail the fuck out of the interior of the car, because there's this like weird musty smell that I can't describe.
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot what you said it smells like. I think you said it smelled like milk or something.
It smells like spoiled milk.
I don't know. I don't smell it, but I think it's just the old fucking 30-year-old. Oh yeah, 90s Nissan smell, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. So ever since I got this car, there's been this like weird stank to it, and I hate it so much. It actually makes me not drive the car as like often as I want to. So today we're gonna be like basically going in with this like scrub brush on a drill, then an extractor to try to get rid of the smell. But then after that, I got a new head unit for the car. For that, I got a Sony XAV-AX6000, which I believe is the best head unit of all time, and a backup camera, RC adapter for my HUD sub, and a USB-C thing. So we're going to be starting with the battery relocation. We did kind of already have some of it done because I already do have a battery in the back. For those of you guys that have been following along with the channel, you guys would have seen when I got this car like pretty much fully rebuilt with the brand new SR, and I did a battery relocation in that video. The only thing that we're not going to show in this video is attaching a wire from the starter through the chassis into the trunk, but we are going to be continuing from there. Right now what I have is my old Miata battery, which clears the intercooler on the engine bay, and a Miata battery tray from eBay. And this is like a pretty solid setup if you don't mind having a visible battery, but for me, I want to keep the car looking like stock. So we're going to be transitioning into this setup, and for that we have Optima D51R battery, which I believe is from like a Prius or something, I'm not really sure. And the reason you want to use one of these is because it's an AGM battery, and with the yellow tops it's an AGM that you can also mount sideways, which is what we need to do for these trays. But yeah, let's get to work. So me and Chamba just quickly mocked up the kit to make sure it actually works. Again, this was made for a S15. I actually found a guy on the S15 forums he basically made this for his own car, and me and my friend begged him to make it for our cars because I realized the S14 and 15 trunks are the same. So I got 2 kits because obviously there's that. But we quickly mocked it up just to make sure it all works, and you could see there is a bend right here that makes the tray go deeper into the floor. Here it kind of matches the top level, and you want to show them the yardstick? Everything clears. So now when we put the trunk floor, it'll actually be hidden. But yeah, the thing about this kit, if you want to call it that, is it comes in like 3 different pieces, and this isn't like drilled into the base already. So we wanted to mock it up to know where to drill the holes to basically either riv nut, self-tap, nut and bolt this tray. And I guess that's what we're going to do now. So we went ahead and took the tray out. We did put a little dot in the center of all these holes so we know where to drill. And we kind of centered it afterwards. Now we're just going to go ahead and send it with a center punch and a drill. And hopefully it's straight. Did it just break? There it goes. So we decided that we're going to use riv nuts to attach the piece that holds the battery to the bracket, and for that we're going to be using M6 riv nuts, which requires a 9mm drill bit according to this package. So thankfully, I guess at some point I bought a 9mm drill bit knowing I was going to do this for some reason. So we already did one of the holes. We're going to do these 2 or 3, and then we're going to riv nut the actual plate. and hopefully everything lines up and we can put it in the car, but I don't know. We're kind of dickheads. We might fuck this up. Imagine we just have some big ass holes that don't even line up. Let's just send it?
Yeah.
Should we check or should we just commit?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna commit. How fucked do you think we are?
Nah, I think you're good. I think you're good.
Let's see. They line up.
That's good.
All right, let's rev nut it. So to install the rev nuts on the plate, you need a rev nut gun. This one's from Harbor Freight, so you know it's on the budget side. But the only difference between this and a normal rivet gun is that this one has threads, and then you have to run the special tip adapters with the threads that you need. In this case, it's an M6, so I put an M6 adapter. And let's see if it fits. Think that's bottomed out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this pressed all the way, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So we got the little adapter for the battery bolted onto the tray. So now we're gonna throw it in the car. The guy who made the kit told me to put some foam between the two layers because it likes to bow. I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to put it, so I'm just gonna put one down there, one up, maybe the thicker one on top. Think that's good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just send it. I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the battery and everything still lines up. Is it really this easy? I don't know. I feel like it should be a little harder, right? Now I put some spacers on the threads here, just so it's not like all on the bolt. It kind of disperses the load. So we're low-key brain dead, and we accidentally made this bracket too low, so the bracket wasn't holding the top of the battery. Thankfully, I had this like super thick foam that I used for the core support when I had the engine bay repainted, and it was like the perfect size for here. And I think that should be enough to space up the battery. What do you think, Champa?
Well, you'll see right now.
If not, we could just drill new holes on the thing, right? It's hitting the foam. So now that me and Champa got the battery actually mounted on the tray in the car, we can finally move on to taking the Miata battery out and the Miata battery tray and then making custom battery lines, which I'm not looking forward to because I've never done that before. But you got me, Champa, right?
I don't know about that one.
The other thing that we're gonna do is right in this section. It'll be easier to explain once we have it mocked up, but just to give a quick overview, I'm gonna put two breakers on this panel. One for a cutoff for the main power on the car, and then one that's gonna tee off to power an amp that's gonna power a subwoofer, which I don't have yet, but I'm future planning. So for now, I'll just like wire it and then trip the breaker so there's no power to it. But yeah, first we gotta rip all that bullshit out. For those of you guys that are planning on doing a battery relocation on an S chassis though, I do think this is a solid option for those of you guys that don't mind having the battery exposed, because this is like very minimal effort and bolted in the chassis. This is a downshift billet aluminum Miata battery tray, and the only things I had to do to make it mount on this chassis was I ovalized this hole right here, and on this top hole I just put a notch, which I'll show a little bit better afterwards, and then I drilled two holes on the side so I could put my Blitz intercooler battery tie down on, and it's like it's in the car. So yeah, now I'll just take all of this out and we'll get back to you guys once it's out. For the two people who are interested in how I did the battery relocation before with the Miata battery tray and the Miata battery, all I had to do was ovalize this hole a tiny bit right here, and then I put a notch on this little hole right here, and it made it so I could basically slot it into a stud that was already in the chassis and then put a bolt on this one. And then I also did put a hole right here on the side of the tray along with this side, which made me able to run the Blitz intercooler battery tie down. So yeah, if anyone is planning on doing a battery relocation, you don't want to tuck it, this is a pretty solid option. I did it as a temporary setup, but after I did it I was like, dang, this is kind of a lot better than most people do. They kind of do some shit.
It's clean.
It's fine, it works. If anyone wants to buy this setup, let me know. But now we're just gonna take all this stuff apart so I can get to the breaker right here, so we could disconnect the battery cable, push it probably down here, and start redoing everything. So we got all the carpet exposed here so we could show what I meant a little bit better. Right here, I ran the power cable up through the car, down into the quarter to right here where there's a breaker. Off the breaker, I put the factory power cable because for some reason the old one I had didn't fit on the battery post. I think I just had a defective terminal, but the new one I bought works on that one, so I really do think it was just a defective terminal. But yeah, I'm just gonna unbolt this breaker real quick so we could disconnect the power and go from there. But again, for those of you guys who are planning on doing something similar, the breaker is right here. You can press it, trip it, and you can't see it, but you can hear it. And you just, I'm gonna unbolt it. I can't figure it out. So you guys can see here how I had it set up before. I just had the power coming from the starter all the way to right here, and then this would go to the battery, and this is the breaker. Pretty simple. But I did break one of the tabs off right here when I was trying to tighten it right here. So I did get 2 new breakers. The only thing I'm realizing right now is this was a 200 amp breaker. The 2 breakers I bought to change this out are 300 amp, but whatever. The car shorts out, it shorts out, right? We're not sure how long the actual cable that goes to the starter is, and we're struggling to get it to go like right over here where we want it by feeding it back through the car. So we're gonna move on to the next step, which is shampooing the interior, meaning I'm gonna unbolt both the bridge seats that are in the car. Then we can get to the rear seat, take everything apart so we can reroute the rear cable that goes to the trunk. And while we're doing that, we'll start shampooing the interior. And this is the rabbit hole. Plus we still have to do this. You think we're gonna get it all done today?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully Matt pulls up and he helps us, but probably not because he only comes when you need something, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So we just took apart the entire interior of the car so we could reroute the power cable because the power cable was too short the way we had it ran before. So now we just moved the cable from going through the quarter panel to the middle of the trunk opening, which made it just long enough to go right here where we're gonna put our breaker. But now we have an issue where the new breaker I got has 3/8 studs, and this adapter on the wiring specialties cable is too small. It worked with the old breaker, which is 200 amps, perfectly fine. But with the 300 amp breaker with the 3/8 studs, it doesn't work. All the new terminals I got for the rest of the wiring are 3/8. So we decided to try something sketchy where we're actually gonna try to drill out the actual terminal that's on the wiring specialties adapter first, the terminal. And if that doesn't work, worst case scenario, we could cut it off and put a 3/8 terminal. But you want to try to drill it out? Let's see what happens. Oh shit. Woo! You took my finger. Look at it.
Oh, yeah. Did it rip off?
I don't know. No, it's still on there.
Okay. Wait.
Let me get a vice grip.
Yep.
Take 2. Maybe if I go slow and just let the drill bit do the work. I think that was it. So we just center punch where we're gonna put the breakers. This is where we're gonna mount it. So now we have to take the tray back out so we can actually put riv nuts, kind of like how we put on the battery tray. In hindsight, it would have been a lot better to do this before we bolted in the car, but whatever. At least it'll look cool. This is how we're gonna run the power cables though. This goes to the starter. It's gonna go right here. Then from here, we're gonna have a cable that goes to the positive terminal on the battery. Then from here, we're gonna have another cable that goes to this breaker, and this will power an amp that I'm gonna mount right here in the future. I don't have an amp right now because I'm broke, but when I do have an amp in a sub, that's where the amp's gonna go. The sub, I'm gonna make a custom box and mount in the corner, kind of like I have for the other car, but yeah. Now we got to take the tray back out so we could put more riv nuts. So I wanted to mock up the box to give you guys a full picture of what I'm going to have in the future. This is a box for my other car that isn't here yet, but it is going to be running the same setup with the battery down there, amp right there, and a sub box right here. You guys could get the full picture now of the look I'm going to go for. It's just very clean and simple, where it's just going to be a flat floor, no battery, big ass 12, and it should hit. But yeah, I just need to get another sub box made for this car because unfortunately there's no sub boxes for S14s that are like this. This is for a S15, but yeah, it doesn't really fit. So if someone knows how to make a sub box, I'll pay you. Please make one for this car. So we just finished putting riv nuts on the actual plate. Now we're gonna bolt both the breakers, and you guys could get the vision now. Tell me that doesn't look fire. That's sick, right?
That's pretty clean.
Yeah. Now again, we're just gonna thread these on, throw it back in the car, and then we're finally gonna get to making power cables, which I've never done before. Have you ever done that? It's both of our first time doing this, so let's see how bad we fuck this up. All right, so me and Shampoo, we're putting a lot of thought into this, how we want to run the cables. So we like turn the camera off for a couple minutes, but we put the negative on here, the positive on here, and we decided to run the negative with one of the wiring specialties cables I had that came with the battery relocation kit. So we didn't have to make a negative, it just goes from here down through the back, and it's gonna go where I had the old ground right here. And then for the positives, you can mount 2 different positives on this terminal, one on the back, one on the front. So the one on the back here goes to the main chassis harness, and it's gonna go up to the car. And then the one that's gonna be on top is gonna go through here to the amp, and then it's gonna go from here to the amp, which I don't have yet, but
in the future.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna show how we're gonna make the battery cables. The only reason that we put the camera down and we decided to try to make one of these battery cables first is because we didn't want to look like complete dickheads. We've been doing a lot of that for the past couple weeks. We want to look like we're knowing what we're doing sometimes. So yeah, to make the battery cables, we have a hydraulic crimper and some like wire cutters I got from Harbor Freight and a torch. And we're gonna show how to make that now. So the easiest way we found to make these battery cables is to first grab your terminal, mock it up next to the cable so you know where to strip the wire to. In this case, you can see it's like right at the L. So I'll keep that in mind. I'll pull out the wire cutters, go right to the L, put a little bit of tension, go around in a circle, strip it, the shittiest cut ever, whatever. And then take your actual terminal. What I found to be easier is to first grab your terminal and put it into the actual crimper and get it kind of close. There you go. So once it's touching, you could pretty much put the wire in and crimp it. There you go. So we got it crimped now. Give it a little tug. It's on there. So now we're gonna move over to the inside of the car to figure out how much we're gonna cut. So we're just gonna take this giant thing of wire, take the little boot off, and we're just gonna mock it up roughly how we want it. So we're gonna keep in mind that the terminal adds like 1/2 inch. So we'll mark this, take this back out, cut it. Then we're gonna keep in mind again how much we want to leave. In this case, it's at the N. So I'll go right here on the N. This is why having words on the battery cable is actually beneficial. It makes it easier to see how much you got cut. So do that, and then before putting the terminals, put some heat shrink. So this is something Champa said that seems like very simple, but it's genius because I didn't even think about it. Before you crimp the other end, it's a lot better to mock it up in the car so you know where you want to orient the terminal. In this case, we're gonna put this one right here. And now we can see we want to orient it something like that. So just keep in mind, this is flat with the A a little bit on the top. It's a lot easier when the words line up on the side, but whatever. That should be good. Deep pump release. Deep screw. And now, before we do the heat shrink, just final mock it. Boom, perfect. Now we're gonna just heat shrink it. So for the heat shrink, do not sit in one place for too long. I was a dumbass, and the first time I did it, I put a fucking burn mark on one of the cables. So you gotta keep it moving. Can't lie to me, that looks pretty baller, huh? Mm-hmm. That's pretty sick. Let me see the camera. You guys can't lie, this looks sick. And you gotta keep in mind, no one's ever gonna see it either.
I mean, it's tucked away, but
at least we know it looks cool. But yeah, for the battery terminals that I decided to go with, they're the Recoil ZBT. The reason I decided to go with these is because they actually you could put 2 different cables on them, one on each side. So in this case, it works out a lot better. Boom, just like that, we got the power and everything done. You guys could see how like nice it is with the little rubber boots. The negative goes down through there. These 2 wires kind of like hover because I thought that would look kind of cool. Right now, this breaker is just tripped because I don't have an amp. And yeah, I have it grounded right here. It kind of matches the flow of the carpet. What do you think, Champa? What do you think?
It's clean. It's
1 to 10.
Maybe like a 8.5.
8.5? What? I give it 9. But yeah, now we can finally move on to other stuff like shampooing the carpet, because I prioritize that over the head unit because I don't even want to drive the car because of how bad it stinks. So no point of having a head unit if it fucking stinks. So yeah. Yeah, driving like this. But now we could finally get to work on this. You guys could see there's like a brown stain right there in the carpet, and the rear seats are pretty clapped. It's upside down, so it's hard to see. And yeah, I really hope the smell goes away.
We'll see.
So I just vacuumed the entire passenger side of the car. I got the little drill attachment for Harbor Freight. I guess this just came out like 2 days ago, so it sold out at freaking every Harbor Freight. I had to go to 3 of them. And then I got some Resolve carpet cleaner mixed with some shampoo machine concentrate and hot water. And I already soaked the entire carpet, and so let's just see what it does. You guys get the point. I'm gonna do this for like the next 30 minutes and we'll get back to you when we start extracting. So we have Guillermo helping out now. He's doing the rear seats with the drill. And then while he's doing that, Champa is gonna start extracting the carpet.
Yeah.
For that, I just have like this home little extractor. And the secret of this is spray the liquid while you're vacuuming. It makes it so it's a lot more efficient. Look. Hella dirty. Hang on, I want to go from the other side so they could see like what's coming out of the carpet.
Oh, this is
That is disgusting. Oh hell no. And do the back. The stain was right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where the like. As you guys can see, this is very much worth it. So while he's doing that, Guillermo's gonna knock out the back seats. Then we're gonna extract those, and then hopefully everything's good. We still have to do the driver's side of the car, but yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll just get back to you guys once we start on the head unit. So we just finished our first pass of the shampoo machine, and look at this shit. You cannot see anything. It's just fucking brown, like straight black brown.
Chalky milk.
Yeah, straight chocolate milk. But yeah, I have to empty this because I guess when this thing hits max, it just like forces you to stop, and then we'll keep going. Look at that. That's disgusting. All right, round 2.
You can tell the difference on camera, not gonna lie.
You can?
Yeah. It's like every stroke that you give it, pause, it like looks lighter.
You know, Dylan's been working real hard, so I had to step in real quick, but we finished shampooing the car. Turned out pretty good, not gonna lie. It doesn't pick up a lot of, like, it doesn't show the dirt that it picks up, but there's quite a bit of dirt. Oh, you don't have the water anymore.
I dumped it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was nasty, murky water. So the smell that was in there that Dylan probably explained is mostly gone. It's pretty much gone. It smells like a newer car again.
I'm the only one that still smells it.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Could it be your dyno mat that just went nasty or something?
I don't know. But as you guys can see, the entire interior is now shampooed, both sides of the carpet. I did the little deck lid there. We did the headliner because there was like a weird brown stain on top of it from the previous owner.
Yeah.
And now we could finally install the head unit.
Now we'll install the head unit.
Yeah, but as you guys can tell, it's fucking pitch black outside because this took forever. And this is summer, so like the sun goes down.
It's 9.
That took so long.
9.
Dude, we spent like 7 hours shampooing this car.
Yeah, but I think it was worth it because it's always nice to have like that clean feeling. Even though you're gonna have like mats on it, it's still nice to have that clean feeling, especially under your seat. And
you guys
like
can see the little tree frog air freshener. This car used to smell like must and tree frog.
Must and tree frog.
Now it just smells
Are you
like
gonna
tree
take
frog.
it out?
No, I'm gonna keep it there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, now we're finally gonna install the head unit, which hopefully comes up on camera because it's pitch black.
So while Dylan's prepping, he begged me for my head unit. So as you can see, state of the art. You know, look at that. What head units do that anymore? A1 head unit. No, I'm kidding. Dylan, what are we putting in this?
We are putting a Sony XAV-AX6000. So originally, in the beginning of the video, I was saying how I was gonna install a backup camera. I realized I don't want to do that right now because I don't even have my reverse lights wired in right now. And on top of that, the reverse lights are in the trunk lid and it's just a lot of work. So we're gonna save this for another day. But we do have a XAV-AX6000, and since I bought it from Crutchfield, unlike this idiot Matt.
I did.
Did you?
I bought mine from Crutchfield.
Yeah, but you didn't spend the extra 20 bucks to have them make the harness.
I know.
So with this head unit, I have the little trim pieces.
Oh my god.
Screws.
Oh my god.
And where the fuck is it?
So good.
Hold up, hold up.
Oh.
Somewhere right here.
There
They
it is.
did a plug and play harness, so I don't have to do anything.
So good.
But yeah. now we are gonna go on ahead and install this, and you guys are gonna see why this is the best head unit you could buy.
Best. Are you sure not that one?
No, but okay, what was I saying about the backup camera?
That you're gonna do another time because you don't have it wired in to your reverse
because
lights.
I don't have the reverse lights actually wired in the car to trip on. So to basically install the backup camera, I have to jack the car up and actually wire the reverse lights on the trans.
Okay, I was gonna say it's on the trans. You just don't have
way
the
too
sensor
lazy
for
to
it,
do that
or
right
what?
now. I just have to plug it in.
Oh, but you just no way.
But yeah, I did get these RCA adapters that are a Y because this head unit only has a single channel sub input or output. My brain's going kind of dead, so this makes it so you can put the left and right on there. And then I got a USB-C adapter that will plug into the back of the head unit, and I did get a hole saw because I was gonna put this in the car somewhere, but honestly I'm over it. I don't even feel like wiring that anymore. So all we're gonna do is throw the head unit in, see how it goes, and then we'll add everything else later.
Nice thing is we're gonna see plug and play, how much time it takes versus actually wiring it.
Next week we're gonna install the same head unit on Matt's car.
But I did not buy the already made harness.
Is that antenna?
I'm a follow. You guys bullied me.
What is this? Look, what the fuck are these? Oh look, reverse, which I forgot to do, and the e-brake, which I'm not gonna do. So all I gotta do is plug this into the chassis side. I already took a step ahead, and I put this in for the sub, and that's it. And there's a ground.
Damn.
So this will take like all of 3 minutes.
When you getting an amp?
Yeah, when I have money.
Nah, this guy's broke. Can you imagine? Okay, we'll get back to you.
Matt,
Okay.
Teach me, Matt.
We're
Where do these-
teaching. Let's play.
I think they go right
the
there.
circle goes in the
Didn't it come with new
square
screws?
hole.
I threw them at you. Where did I put the new screws?
You threw them at me. I caught them with my
Remember, I
ass.
was like, look, there's new screws.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Right.
here.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh. So it came with new
Quick
screws.
assembly. Oh, we love. Yeah.
And then to install this head unit, you obviously need the OEM stereo bracket. So if you don't have that in your car, GG's.
Imagine not having zinc coated fucking screws for your head unit. Imagine being that broke.
I could literally go in my zinc plated bin right now with all organized hardware in every single
Should we
size
show
and
them?
grab
I'm showing them. They never seen them. Don't mind all the extra mess, but yeah, bro's oh shit, bro's a baller. All zinc coated. Oh, you know what? Fuck that. Even washers too. Let's just get some zinc coated washers. Why not? Nuts, bolts. Man, he proved me wrong.
How it goes?
I don't know. Even look. Oh, I don't know if you could be able to see, but zinc coated washers. Well, you should have zinced the car.
If I could, I'm not gonna lie. If
Strip
I
the
could,
chassis and zinc it.
Yeah, it'll never get corroded.
Imagine.
Let's see. You know what I
Imagine,
realized?
that would have been a GTA build.
I don't know where I put the fucking screws for everything since I took this apart hella long ago. Let me take my
okay.
shoes off since we just shampooed this.
Yeah, that's right. Stinky.
My socks are wet. Ah, fuck. Can you give me the stereo adapter?
Yeah, where's it? Sorry, you're gonna have a
Dude,
lot.
my socks are so...
Where's the adapter? This?
Yeah, that. And the little RCA one too.
I'm excited for you to edit this. Okay. RCA. No, it's not RCA. Is this it? Yeah. Is this RCA? Yeah.
No,
Is it?
bitch,
No, that's
the
not.
fucking Y splinter thing.
It's the two. Oh, here we go. The two.
Yeah,
This
there
is
you go,
RCA.
Yeah.
Dude, every time you walk back and forth, I lose daylight because the light moved.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so look. Come here.
I come.
I can't even see anything because of light,
I
but
know.
as you guys can see from my hideaway sub, there's a left and a right input on the sub, but on the head unit itself, they only have a single... Wait, oh
focus.
shit, I need the other harness.
Oh.
I need the other harness.
Oh shit. Oh. Other harness. This one? And back this up a
Yeah.
little. You're gonna overexpose you. Dylan's gonna turn white. You're Michael Jackson.
Right here. So, you could see there's a sub out, then a left, front, left, rear, right rear, camera, whatever. But there's only a single sub out on this head unit. So I bought this adapter that will make it
Adapt.
2, so I can use both my inputs, which I'm assuming red goes to blue for some reason, and gray goes to white. I don't know.
I like that logic.
Yeah.
And then where's
Oh,
that
the antenna.
oh
To have
no!
Apple CarPlay. I don't want to do that though. Like, do I really need Apple CarPlay?
Can you use Apple
Wireless?
CarPlay? Or are you trying to do wireless Apple CarPlay?
You could only have the Apple CarPlay work on this head unit if you actually put the antenna in.
Oh, awesome.
So are we gonna do it?
I guess so. We're already here.
Why is it so long?
Now, does it?
There's just too
I
many
know, right?
wires. Like, look at this shit. I
Oh
don't
look,
need
it
this.
comes with a little sticky.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where's your
Yeah.
Sony? Look at that. No broke.
Ah,
Where am I
no
putting
broke.
this? Why are we doing this at night? Where am I gonna stick
Because why
this?
not? We like to challenge ourselves here at Aimless headquarters.
Headquarters. Where am I sticking this?
Not in me.
Maybe I'll just
Here,
stick it right
we
here.
need a.
Should I just stick it right here, Champa?
I don't know.
Like in a random spot in the back?
Oh, it's kind of weird.
I stuck it on.
All right. Breaker tripped.
Okay.
Moment truth. Moment of truth.
Is it on?
You have
Yeah.
a key? Yeah, you have a key?
Yeah. Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Alright, so I just finished plugging everything in. Let's see if it works. I'm not gonna lie, I quickly plugged everything in and just shoved it behind the head unit because I'm kind of over today.
Yeah, that's right.
But should just turn on.
Oh, I see lights.
Sony. Not gonna lie to you guys, I already connected the Bluetooth because I bench turned it on.
Ah.
But this is the first time in the car. I never did that Apple CarPlay on here before, so let's see how that works.
So let's find that.
How do you
out.
turn that on?
That's a good question.
Devices?
Oh, your phone's there.
How do you do Apple CarPlay? Champa, how do you use Apple CarPlay?
Fucking go to your input setting or your
Shouldn't it just show up?
No,
Let's say I want to put directions to school, will it just work?
no, you have to connect it to Bluetooth first.
No, it didn't
Look at
work.
the time.
I'm already connected
It's
to
so-
Bluetooth.
Are you?
Yeah.
Non-stop grind.
How do you do Apple CarPlay?
I don't know, we might have to YouTube real quick.
Click Bluetooth.
I don't want to get copyright strike. But how do you do Apple CarPlay?
Wait, click the little thing on the top.
What's
with
my
the little, the
taste?
three little dots.
Okay, we'll get back to you when we figure out Apple CarPlay.
Add new device? So how do I do it? You were just telling me.
Go back. Go back.
So click on my phone, and then it was a play?
Yeah, it's that
should
play
be
thing
that.
should say. Okay, just go through it. Go down.
Go through, yeah.
That's it, that's the bottom.
No, but what's it say though?
Add new device when using Apple CarPlay. First time registration.
Android.
Device registration required. Oh, you need to plug it into USB first.
Ah, fuck.
What? What? Oh,
Do you have a-
Fuck.
Do you have auxiliary?
Can you give me the USB cable right there? Because I need to pull this back out then.
Okay.
We
okay.
learned we need to connect it to USB-C, so what the fuck is through at me?
Oh, whoa.
So rather than using the circle thing, I'm just going to be hella lazy. I'm going to plug this into the back of the head unit. I'm going to shove this in the glove box. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Don't judge me, but
Are those, those Japanese cigarettes, bro?
they're not my cigarettes. No, I got my grandpa to quit, and I just kept it in the glove box ever since.
Hey,
As like a trophy.
Dylan's. He's got lots of trophies.
Helps as well.
Even right here.
I got lots of what?
You say you got one big trophy.
Dylan's got.
And you polish it.
Man, I want to be on the podium.
Alright, so we couldn't figure out how to get the Apple CarPlay to work, so I finally decided to listen to the guys that's behind the camera, and they said plug in the USB-C thing in the back of the head unit, so we plugged that in. We got this end. What do I do now?
It should go.
I've never had Apple
Press close.
CarPlay
I mean, me neither, but we're going as we go.
connected.
USB.
No, go back, go back.
Fuck, no copyright strike.
No copyright. Get out of there.
Isn't it
No,
plus?
no, get out of there first. Get out of there first. Go back. Go back. What the fuck? Go to that home. Go to your home.
Home?
Go to all apps.
All apps?
Go to USB. Connected USB is not.
What?
What the fuck?
Please visit support site for compatible
Alright,
devices.
we'll get back to you again. Okay, we're
we were
back.
just about to rage quit and fucking just delete my phone and just give up. But look,
But
it says change to Apple CarPlay.
so what'd you press though?
I was gonna
Okay.
disconnect it, but instead I went to
Okay.
Okay, wow.
connecting.
Your Bluetooth device is connecting.
It looks the same.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh wait, there's Apple CarPlay.
Oh,
We got somewhere. We got
fuck.
somewhere.
Damn, popular ass guy.
Yeah.
400 messages.
Let me go to epidemic sound so I don't get a copyright strike. So now we're on epidemic sound because I don't want to get a copyright strike. I hate this type of music, by the way. Don't judge me. This is not what I listen to.
This is what he listens to all day.
I listen to that type of shit, but
no, he's just flexing for YouTube.
this is so what the fuck is this? What?
Come
It's
on.
like map music.
Shit, man, I like my walks on the beach. Don't.
Why is it like cutting in and out?
I don't know. Maybe because it's playing through a thing. Okay.
Alright, so we tried for a long time to get this stupid epidemic sound to work with this head unit. It's not working. We listen to our normal music. This shit fucking hits. It hits. But I guess what I'll do is I'll upload a YouTube short and I'll link it on the top of the video description, and you can listen to that to hear what this sounds like with the with the copyright song, because I don't care about the short. But yeah, now we'll just throw everything together and we'll see you guys then. It's 10 o'clock at night. We got to get this video out by tomorrow. Unfortunately, we can't put the rest of the interior in because it's still wet, but the head unit is working. The car is pretty clean.
Looking.
Like, the carpet is insane. Like, I didn't even know it was supposed to be this color. It's a different shade of gray. Like,
No,
I'm not even exaggerating.
It looks hella clean, not gonna lie, yeah.
Yeah, and then me and Champa earlier finished the battery relocation. The carpet is drying right now, but normally the cardboard thing will go right here. I did actually buy a new one because the one I had was pretty like warped. So shout out Fitment in Australia or whatever for making a reproduction of that. Got a new carpet too, but yeah, I'm super proud of this. I can't wait until I actually have an amp mounted right here that's gonna power a sub right here. But
Looks clean.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get this shot.
Front carpet, let alone
Get a shot of this one more time. This is nice. You
Yeah.
have no uncracked dash.
Okay.
Everything's very
We don't
clean.
need to be like flexing for whatever.
Oh,
but,
now you don't want to flex.
Look at my
Okay,
head right now,
my
bro.
bad.
But yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to show the full picture because like everything's drying. But I did want to walk through the head unit real quick. We can't show the sound difference because of freaking epidemic sound, which I did pay for a year for, isn't working on my phone, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. But the reason I like the XAV-AX6000 as like the best head unit is because I like Sony head units instead of like Android based head units, because I hate Android apps. They're just like so stupid. Like, I don't need a Pizza Hut app on my fucking head unit. But that's why I like Sony. They're very similar to like an OEM style or like an Apple product. But the reason I like the XAV-6000 instead of the 4000, which is like the two new renditions they have, is the 6000 has a 5-volt preamp output versus the 4000. So when I do eventually add an amp for the door speakers, I'll get a lot better sound quality. The head unit alone already has 55 watts to each speaker from an internal amp, which is why it sounds so much better than my old head unit, which I did. You guys won't be able to see it, but I have a Nissan Frontier. I stole the head unit out of this and put it in that, which is why there was no head unit in this. And eventually I'm going to steal the kicker hideaway from this and put it in that too, because this thing sucks in this fucking
Have they
car.
seen it?
Yeah, I have a little kicker hideaway.
It's
Doesn't
right
really do
there.
anything. But yeah. And the other thing that I really like about the 6000 over the 4000 is the screen is capacitive touch. So it's like, it feels really good instead of like the cheaper head units. They feel like shit. But yeah, that's all good. If anyone is curious of all the benefits of the XAV-6000, don't even question it, just buy one. Trust me. I already convinced Matt to buy one. The next video you guys are gonna see is when when we install it onto Matt's Soar, which is right there. This is a $700 head unit. So
Hey, you know what I mean? Let's put a trans in, bro.
this is a $700 head unit, so I'm pretty happy that I convinced Matt to buy one, because I like seeing him go broke.
Honestly, this is gonna be nice because out of both cars I've had, all right. Out of both my cars I had, so the SC300 I had since 2022, and then this since last over a year now. But my luck, both cars don't have working radio. The SC has a radio that works, but it's only cassette, and the cassette reader won't work. And then the fuse or something for the cigarette lighter went out, so I just never bothered. And then this one, it has a head unit, but the fuse was blown and the screen is all fucked. So I've never had like a good head unit, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's funny because he makes music, but that's his daily driver. Even on that, you have a FM transmitter.
Yeah, at least it works. But yeah, it would be nice to actually have Apple CarPlay and not listen through music. At Rafa, I literally had one AirPod in over my helmet.
Are you gonna get a backup camera?
A backup? Yeah, I'm down. Maybe eventually.
Oh, so we're not gonna do it when we actually put the head unit in?
Now I gotta buy back a camera.
Okay, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This is like the proudest thing I ever did. I'm not gonna lie, the fact the cables are levitating is sick. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
We'll see you next week.